It was my junior year summer. I was locked in my room writing one college application after another. It sucked. I mean, it really sucked. A constant cycle of self-doubt. You write and then you delete, never satisfied with your final outcome. That's when I opened my group chat for the first time in hours and read, "They're bringing back Khalil." Every 4 years, my high school would offer a raffle that every junior and senior could sign up for in the hopes of being randomly selected to hike Mount Kilimanjaro. I obviously signed up with no hesitation whatsoever. I mean, who would really think they would win? According to my own calculations, I had a 5% chance of winning, which isn't too bad. I mean, 5% it's a pretty good percentage. But in my case, and with my luck, 5% usually meant 0.5%. Now, that being said, for some reason, luck was actually on my side that day, and I ended up winning. Now, I'm not exactly the biggest hiking fanatic, and I questioned whether it was morally okay for me to take someone's spot who might have wanted it a bit more. I questioned whether I'd even be able to summit, and most of all, I questioned whether I would have time to finish my applications in time, considering the fact that the trip was planned during the midst of the college app mayhem, November. Regardless, I chose to go. Partly because my parents weren't going to let me miss out on such an opportunity, but also because I felt really lucky to have been chosen. It was a week before takeoff, and I was walking through the gym to my bus, hot dog in hand, just enjoying my Tuesday afternoon, when I saw 4 peers who were also on this trip with elevation training masks walking up a treadmill at full incline. I shrugged my shoulders, told myself I'd be alright, and carried on to my bus. A week later, there we were, at the bottom of the immense mountain. The first few days weren't too intense. We'd hike all day, which I came to learn is just a fancy way of saying walking. Anyways, I knew how to walk, so it was fine. But then came summit night, and that's when I realized that hiking and walking aren't exactly the same. Now, although it's called summit night, it's more like summit day and a half. You hike up for 12 hours, get to base camp around 6 in the evening, have dinner, get some rest, and wake up at 4 a.m. to take on the summit. The majority of the walk had to be done in the dark due to the intensity of the sun's reflection on the snow at such a high altitude. It was painful, and if it weren't for my best friend Jimmy, who kept talking about random conspiracy theories, the beauty of neurolinguistic programming, and everything that you would least expect when you're walking up icy snow in the complete dark in fear for your life, he talked about. But Jimmy knew what he was doing. He was putting his mind somewhere else and was focusing on taking one step after the other. After 6 hours of what was the most painful time of the entire trek up the mountain, we arrived at Stella Peak, which I came to find out only minutes before arriving is not even the summit point. I was convinced I couldn't do it. I couldn't feel my feet. I was shivering. It was so cold. Everything was white, and the summit couldn't even be seen through the naked eye. Several students called it quits at Stella and made their way down back early. And I was going to join them until Jimmy pulled me towards him, looked me in the eyes, and said, "You take one step, just one step, and you're no longer at Stella, but on your way to Uhuru. Just one step." That's all it took. And it's something that I've carried along with me the whole way through until today. All it takes is one step that makes the difference between your 100% and quitting. That one step is what makes all the difference. Looking back, it would make no sense to not seize an opportunity simply because I felt like I didn't deserve to go. From that moment forward, I saw every opportunity that was presented as one that I wholeheartedly deserved. Otherwise, it would not have been presented to me. I made new friends, learned so many new things, saw nature in its most pristine and untouched state, a state that I have yet to encounter again. I mean, I could not be more grateful for my parents having pushed me to go, and my gut feeling telling me that I had to go and not miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Finally, just to end this off on a bit of a lighter note, after all that pain and all that struggle, here's a picture of me on Uhuru Peak. I know, you probably can't see me, and that's because I'm not even visible. Well, at least barely. That's me right there. I mean, somebody could have told me to take off the mask.